What's up, y'all? It's Cracking This Deep. I tracked this video by Jubilee. This is 7 people who had plastic surgery versus 1 who has not. This will be really hard to tell. Social media is filled with so many fake-ass surgeons, fake-ass doctors who swear up and down they know when somebody has surgery and when they have not. And, you know, that is always annoying. But honestly, you don't know. Some people have really good genes and some don't. Like, so you really can't tell who has had surgery unless it's like crazy obvious. But I don't think people realize that people come in so many different shapes and sizes. So you might have somebody who's shaped a certain way or who have really big boobs or really perky boobs or whatever, and you thinking, oh, they fake. Oh, and it's just like, no, they were born with those. You're so used to people getting surgery, so you're so skeptical of everybody having surgery, you know? So that's always annoying. But yeah, I don't see how we're going to be able to tell unless it's crazy obvious, honestly. But yeah, we're going to see who had surgery and who was not. Let's watch.
While some people are very comfortable to talk about their experience, for others it is still a taboo topic as they're afraid to be judged by the society. As you watch this episode of Odd Men Out and Pick the Moon, think of what prior judgments inform your decision.
People are really judgy when it comes to surgery.
We brought together 8 people who got plastic surgery.
Which is so weird. It ain't
I got plastic surgery.
I got plastic surgery.
I got plastic surgery.
Yeah,
I got plastic surgery.
I got plastic surgery. I got plastic surgery. I got plastic
Her
surgery.
nose just looks like
One of them is a liar.
It was weird.
If the group
But
discovers
again,
who the
look,
liar
I got
is,
judgments
this will be
too.
cash prize.
Because her nose looked like it was done.
If the liar survives, they win the entire prize. Who is the odd man out?
I feel like we should say what we've
Yeah.
done, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Rhinoplasty. Rhinoplasty.
I had buccal fat removal and I also got lip fillers. When they would look at me, it was kind of like, okay, like they're like checking me out, like up and down to see like.
What fat removal?
I've had moles removed, and I'm here to remove the moles.
Girl, is she?
Rhinoplasty.
Rhinoplasty.
I had a few. I had rhinoplasty, labiaplasty, and septoplasty.
Rhinoplasty is a form of plastic surgery on your nose. Very common ones include removing the dorsal hump, and other rhinoplasties are to remove nostrils or make the entire nose smaller.
How old was everybody when they got their stuff done?
Mine was 2 years ago. So
I was 18.
I was 14.
I was 19.
I was in middle school.
22.
What that black dude said? Yeah, I was talking.
Yeah. It's pretty like superficial, but I felt like she just didn't have like the look.
He said that he got cheek surgery, and I had just never heard of the cheek surgery before.
And the mole one is suspicious as fuck. Girl, how we supposed to know?
Alright, it's a 3-way tie.
I could say I got a fucking...
Anthony, Whisper, and Sage. So each person has 30 seconds to present their case.
I was really insecure about how I looked. I used to have chubby cheeks and I had no lips.
How we supposed to know that?
So it was just stuff that made me feel a lot better.
I could say I had a big ass
can
wart
actually hold
removed
head
on my
up.
cheek.
So
Like, how you gonna know?
it's stuff that I need and also my line of work.
I'm a dancer and I was kicked in the face, so my septum shifted. So half of it was to shift my septum back so I could breathe properly. The other half was to remove a bump on my nose. It's still a very large nose. I'm very well aware of that, but it was because of breathing.
Yeah, so I have had
believe her.
precancerous screening since I was 10 years old because my dad died of melanoma skin cancer.
You better be telling the truth
So
because you
I
took it
have
too far
had
if you
some
lying.
precancerous moles, and I've had them removed via plastic surgery because
I'ma
it can
hope she
help
tells the
reduce
truth.
scarring.
Right, it's like, how can you tell? I used to have fat cheeks. How we know?
Thank you guys. Bye. Good luck. I probably would have talked about my consultation a little bit more and the experience I had with my doctor.
He probably really did
and
have
how he made
surgery,
me
but
feel
that's a really...
comfortable.
So a couple people
That's a
already
hard
did it, but I guess we could go around and say why we got the surgeries that we did.
Yeah, totally. Okay. Well, I was super insecure about my side profile. I had a dorsal hump, so I've always like wanted a nose with a little slope.
So I had rhinoplasty and
I
septoplasty.
believe
It was
purple hair.
mainly for breathing.
with Anna, it wasn't obvious that she had plastic surgery. She seemed knowledgeable, but
It's not
it
always
just kind of
obvious.
seemed like she was saying the same things that everybody else was saying?
So yeah, I had top surgery. I'm trans. I had very large boobs, so that's like I don't want those anymore. So that's how I did my surgery.
I come from a very Italian family, so it was that very stereotypical like Italian nose. It was a closed procedure, so they went through the inside, shaved off the bump, changed the tip a little bit, and so now I have the slope nose and all that.
I think she's trans.
The amount of girls who had rhinoplasties there, it was one of us. Anna and Miranda gave very, very convincing answers, and Jade's were a little more stereotypical. And honestly, the look of her nose, she mentioned she had a dorsal hump removed, but there was still a little bit of a bump there. I'd always been self-conscious of my nose, and I like begged my parents like, no, absolutely not. So I told my parents, how about when I'm 18? They're like, sure, if you still want it when you're 18, we can help you pay for it. And I was like, okay. So when I'm 18, I go up, I'm like, I'm ready. And they're like, oh, seriously? We didn't think like you'd actually want that. And I was like, no, I do. So I went ahead and got it.
The first one was kind of like yours. It was more correctional. And a lot of people don't know what labiaplasty is. That's surgery on your vaginal area to tighten the skin. I ended up getting rhinoplasty 2 years later. And that was kind of more for just cosmetic reasons. I was in pageants and I just wanted to have a better look and feel more confident.
I think especially in this environment when everyone could relate to some kind of plastic surgery, it was very non-judgmental. And I think over the years I've been a lot more like comfortable talking about it.
For those of you who had to like pay out of pocket, how much did it end up costing you all?
Insurance covered some of it, but my parents did pay between $8,000 and $10,000.
What was covered by insurance?
The breathing part, because my septum was shifted, so...
The breathing part.
Yeah.
I get filler put in because the revision didn't fix what it was supposed to fix. But the initial procedure, it was $9,000.
How long did you wait before you got the revision?
So I got the first one summer before I went to freshman year in high school, and then I got the revision winter break of my senior year. So yeah.
Yeah, I paid out of pocket $4,500 for mine.
I always thought you had to have a lot of money to have plastic surgery. And I always thought plastic surgery was cosmetic too. I didn't know that it was also correctional.
I was still under my parents' insurance when I did it, and I don't know actually how much it was. I know it was partially covered because I had the septo and the rhino together.
Anna had said some of it was covered by insurance and some of it wasn't. I was just like, okay, but like, how long ago was that? When did you get your surgery? When did you recover? It wasn't quite lining up in my head.
No insurance covered it. It was $10,000. Literally since like high school, first job. Saved up. Yeah, little by little.
That's a lot saving up.
Yeah.
One of them is
I feel
mine.
like there's a
One of these
stigma
three.
with plastic surgery.
On the left.
Oh yeah.
Like in culture, that people think that you're vain if you've had it.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yes. Yeah. Especially like cosmetic reasons. Yeah.
I think it's one of the two white girls that are one. Yeah, Jade or Adelaide is a goddamn lie.
Hi guys.
But she was specific about the date.
Holy moly, y'all.
A lot of people probably don't know about cosmetic surgery on moles. I think they saw me moling and they hating.
Raise your hand if you think the mole is still in the box and you would like to come to it again.
I feel like it's too soon.
I
So who would you say like supported you the most like through your recovery?
My mom.
Yeah, me too.
My mom like slept in my room for the whole like first week because I was just in agony and not sleeping. I always say she's like an angel for doing that.
Yeah, that's how I feel
Thanks,
too.
Mom.
I did mine behind my mother's back. I didn't want them to know. I didn't want anybody to
Did
know.
you tell other people in your life? Or no, was it just...
Not till after, because I didn't have like as much support going in. I didn't want them to know that I was getting it done. I didn't want them to try to stop me. I just didn't want the negative stigma to convince me not to do it. So it was something I did independently on my own.
My parents were incredibly supportive. They didn't love that I was getting the surgery at first, especially with like the whole Jewish identity. Making your nose smaller and getting rid of the bump is just like kind of erasing your Jewish culture, which they really weren't pleased with. But once I got the surgery, they're very loving people, so they supported me.
I get that about the ethnicity because I'm half Lebanese, and like a lot of people in my family have ethnic noses. And one of my cousins asked me that, like, well, if you have kids and they have a bump on their nose, are you going to tell them they need to change it? And I was like, no. I think there's like this balance between embracing who you are and also recognizing that like if you change something and it's going to give you this much more confidence, then yeah, do that. Like there's no judgment there. Who supported you?
My mom for sure. She's the one who like took care of me. Like everyone knew, but my dad doesn't. Still doesn't. I mean, he will now. I'm literally gonna send him a link to this, but because like in his eyes, I'm his daughter. I'm beautiful. Like he didn't want me to ever do that. Yeah. So I couldn't. I was too scared to tell him.
Would you guys say it affected your life in any way? Like changed anything?
I mean, like confidence for sure. Yeah. 100%.
For me, it was just like being trans too. Like, again, I grew up in Michigan and that wasn't a thing. So like, it was a coupling with like getting the surgery and also like coming out as trans. But now I'm like, I'm look amazing. Like, let's go to the beach or something.
I think I used to be a little more judgmental with like, oh, like why do you wear like so much makeup every single day? I mean, now I wear a lot of makeup, but like other people's choices when it comes to self-confidence, I feel a lot more empathetic towards, because the pain it took to like go through that and like making that decision for myself, it took a lot, and I understand that people are going to go to like extreme measures to really build their self-confidence.
Yeah. And it's their money and their business. So mind your goddamn business. You know? Oh, they didn't believe me. Adelaide, you up out of here. I kind of believe
It's
her.
a very hard
that
thing
other girl.
to tell. Mine was pretty typical rhinoplasty story, so I was like, okay, well, makes sense.
This is hard. I don't know.
If you're certain that more is still in the books and you would like to continue.
I don't know. It's like walking.
I was second guessing myself. In my gut, I felt like Anna could possibly be a mole. And I started questioning Miranda, just because I thought maybe she was supposed to throw us off. She had the perfect, or the typical plastics. Oh, ooh, that sounds bad.
If the lights turn green,
She had typical plastic surgery nose.
if the lights turn red, the one is still in the box and leaves.
Her nose does look plastic surgery, but maybe she didn't. Maybe she just. Oh, okay.
Good job, good job.
I think it was that one girl
Can the mole please step forward?
with the black long sleeve. Oh, you motherfucker.
I'm like, you're all yeah. Just all of their eyes on me. I was just like a science project, you know, and they were just. I feel like I had my facts down. I was ready to get specific too. It's just they didn't buy mine.
Well, that was bad. That was bad.
Make it rain.
Oh my God.
That was a bad surgery for them to give him because, again, it's like, just like the girl with the mole. It's just like, how we supposed to know you got moles removed? Like, how the fuck we supposed to know that? But then she mentioned cancer and her daddy dying, so it's like, bitch, you better be telling the truth, because if not, you made up this whole story like you ain't shit. But him saying, oh, I used to have fat cheeks and I got the surgery in my cheeks, it's like, how the fuck we know that? So I already was thinking it was him, but I'm just like, oh, maybe that's too obvious, I don't know, but it was him, sure. But yeah, I don't have a problem with surgery at all. These people, they all got surgery, they all feel better about themselves, kudos to them, you know, that's their business. It's unfortunate that people are so harsh with people who have surgery. It's just like, why do you care? Let them get what the fuck they want to get. Even if they look ridiculous, let them look ridiculous on their own. Like, it's their money, it's their body, it's their life. Let them do them, you know? But anyway, let me know what y'all thought about the video. Let me know what other videos you want me to react to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!